Hello everyone. Welcome to online lecture series for fluid mechanics subject. I am Anjali Bramhane. Today's topic is Introduction to Open Channel Flow. Now let's study about open channel flow. An open channel is a water tap in which water flows with a free surface. The free surface is subjected to atmospheric pressure. We can take some example of open channel flow is rivers, canals, sewers, etc. Flow is due to difference in a potential head caused by slope of a blade. Flow is not due to pressure difference as the pressure is same. It means open channel flow is the flow which takes place due to gravity force and forms a free surface which is having atmospheric pressure. Next, now we are discussing about classification of open channel flow. Classification type first is natural open channel. The natural open channel is include all the channels that exist naturally on the earth. Now see in the diagram, we see that the picture is about river or any ocean. They are generally very irregular in shape. Now you may get idea about an natural open channel flow from this picture. The some example of natural channel is rivers, tidal, etc. Next classification is artificial open channels. The artificial open channels are the channels developed by man. They are usually designed the regular geometric shape. Some example of artificial channels is irrigation canals, roadside gutters, etc. Next, classification type 2. First is prismatic channels. Prismatic channels with unvarying cross section and the constant bottom slope is called as prismatic channel. In short, we can say all the artificial channels are usually prismatic. Like next is most common shape of prismatic channel is rectangular shape, parabola, triangular, trapezoidal, and last is circular, are the most commonly used shape of prismatic channel. Next slide is non-prismatic channels. A channels with either varying cross section of the bottom slope is called as non-prismatic channel. In figure, we have given the rocks and water is flowing through on it is nothing but non-prismatic channel. The natural channels are usually non-prismatic channels. Next slide is classification type 3. The first is rigid boundary channels. A channels with immovable bed and sides is known as a rigid boundary channel. जसे की तुम्ही डायग्राम मध्ये बघू शकता की एक पार्ट दाखवलेला आहे आणि त्याच्या साइडने सिमेंटनी कोटिंग केलेले आहे. इट्स मीन्स immovable bed and it cannot be moved. Some example of rigid boundary channels is line canals, sewers, and non-erodible unlined canals. Next classification is mobile boundary channels. The mobile boundary channels, EP channels, boundary is composed of loose sedimentary particles moving under the action of flowing water. The channel is called as mobile boundary channels. That's in the figure, we can see that the mobile boundary channels is composed and there is no material is used in it. Some example of mobile boundary channels is an alluvial channel is a mobile boundary channel transporting the some types of material that comparison the channel perimeter. Next slide is classification of channel flow. Classification of channel flow. Classification In classification, there are two types. First is by time and by space. Again, the by time is classified into two types. First is steady flow and unsteady flow. And by space is classified in two types, uniform flow and varied flow. The varied flow is also classified into two types. First is gradually varied flow and rapidly varied flow. Next is steady flow. Steady flow, the depth of flow, the discharge and mean velocity of the flow at any section does not changes with respect to time. The velocity at any point at constant. Some example of steady flow is water flow through water tap. Next is unsteady flow. The depth of flow, the discharge and mean velocity of the flow at any section changes with respect to time. The unsteady flow means the velocity at the every point is varied. Some example of unsteady flow is flow of river or flow of sea. Next is uniform flow. The depth of flow, the discharge and mean velocity of the flow at a given instant do not change along the length of channel. And non-uniform flow is depth of flow, the discharge and mean velocity of the flow at a given instant do not remain same along the length of channel. The last is non-uniform flow can be classified into three types. First is gradually varied flow, second rapidly varied flow, and last one is spatially varied flow. Okay, thank you.